This is a Bristol BR400i, a retro-inspired naked bike with cafe racer styling, aimed at riders who want classic good looks without sacrificing modern performance and reliability. I say that with utmost confidence because this bike has something up its sleeve that not everyone knows of, and it is reasonably priced considering what you're getting, despite that this is from a boutique motorcycle brand found only in the Philippines. In this video, I will share with you what it is about, how it performs, and the things we did to this particular unit. Stick around because this is a good one. Now, obviously, the bike that we have here is not stock. This is the combined efforts of two shops. A friend of mine who runs a welding shop made the wider triple clamps and extended the swing arm to accommodate the wider wheels. He also made this sick custom exhaust. And of course, my shop. We powder coated and assembled the wheels, got this bike running, and put everything together. By the way, this is the owner's vision of achieving something close to a Thornton 100 Triumph bobber, but at a budget, and we simply put it together for him. This project took us 10 months to complete because building a custom motorcycle is not as easy as you might think. Alright, let's go straight to the point. What does this bike offer? Well, it is powered by a fuel-injected 398cc single overhead cam, 4-valve air and oil-cooled single-cylinder engine that looks and feels extremely familiar if you grew up around Honda dirt bikes. Power is 28 horsepower and 33 newton meters of torque, and transferring all of that to the rear wheel is a 5-speed manual transmission. Brakes are dual disc brakes at the front and a single disc at the back, and this one has dual channel ABS. Fuel tank is 15 liters, and for seat height, this one has dropped by at least 2 inches under stock with the adjustments that we made. Now, for those who are not familiar with this bike, it has a lot of going on with it in terms of its history. It's not an entirely original design by Bristol. The BR400i is basically a rebadged Chinese motorcycle, namely the Shinray XY400 platform. This is heavily based on a discontinued model from Honda, which is the CB400SS, produced from 2001 to 2008, specifically for the Japanese market only. As for the BR400i, it is a fully updated version of the original design from Honda. It's got fuel injection, 2-channel ABS, updated front suspension, better brakes, and more retro modern cafe styling. Now, I talked about the CB400SS and its connection to these Chinese bikes in a previous video, so go check it out after this one. Now, probably the most important part of this bike is its robust engine, which is originally found in the legendary Honda XR400 Enduro machine. If you like Honda dirt bikes as much as I do, I'm sure you know what you're getting. This one is tuned for smoother power and manageable torque for street riding. So how does this bike ride in heavy urban traffic? In its current configuration, of course. Well, honestly, the engine performs just like how a Honda should. Smooth, predictable, and lots of flow and torque, perfect for this type of situation. In terms of handling, I was surprised at how nimble this bike felt despite having the same size tires front and rear. Now, squeezing in and out of tight spaces felt very natural, and the front tire didn't drag under full turns. Now, this would have been a much better review if this bike was still in its stock form, but I can imagine how much lighter it would have felt with the original wheels. Now, in terms of build quality, I would say this bike feels more like an early 2000s Honda, and there's nothing bad about that. And I know a lot of people out there are going to say, oh, it's made in China, it's a cheap knockoff piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Well, honestly, based on my personal experience with working with this bike and riding this one, and of course other newer Chinese motorcycles that have, been in my shop, I would say their quality has definitely improved over the years. And of course, reliability is dictated by proper care and maintenance. this bike is unique to this part of the world, but there are other brands worldwide that share this platform under different names. Namely, of course, the Shineray XY400, sometimes the Motorstar Cafe 400, the MASH 500. In some countries, it could be the Hanway Muscle 400 and the SWM Outlaw 400 in some parts of Europe. So who is it for? The BR400i is a perfect bike for riders who love cafe racer styling but want reliability, modern safety, and reasonable cost. Ideal for city use, weekend coffee rides, and even light touring. Now that's all I have for you today. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you found this informative. And if you have experience with this particular model or other versions, leave a comment below. As always, see you next time. Bye.